So we are back with a musician that I have not heard before, but I have heard wonderful things about. Harry O, wonderful. Hey.
Great to be here. I'm excited.
Well, I tell you, this is so fun because I think you've just hit Prescott not too long ago. I'm not sure. You're kind of a self-declared musical gypsy.
Yeah, I am. Been RVing full-time for the last 8 years with the wife, and we just decided where we're going to go. She gets a job real quick. I book gigs, and away we go.
That is amazing. You know, I mean, we don't think about having a nomadic lifestyle, but it actually works pretty well. So you play the guitar, your primary instrument.
Yep.
And when did you start playing and singing?
Oh, the British invasion did it to me. The Beatles. And
50 million others, right?
And the weird thing was, I started listening to British bands, and there was a lot of blues in it. And then it dawned on me, hey, that's music from my backyard. So.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from New York City, grew up in Harlem, born and raised, lived there 28 years and hit the road.
Wow, and so it's blues is big there too. See, when you say that, I'm thinking, oh, Nylands. Of course, that's kind of jazz, but it's also a big blues capital, I suppose, too.
There's actually a lot of big blues cities in town, towns in the country. Milwaukee, Chicago, Indianapolis, St. Louis.
But you play other genres as well, because you asked me, what do you want me to play? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever your favorite is. Blues is your favorite, though, right?
Blues is where I always go back to. It's where my roots are.
All right.
But everything stems from the blues, so, you know, it all makes sense.
Do you make up your own songs, or you play covers?
Oh,
what?
I play a lot of covers because the blues genre is about interpreting other people's songs. I write some, but not a whole lot, you know. I've got a couple of CDs out and what have you.
Oh, okay.
And they were mostly 50-50, 50 covers, 50 original.
All right, because people still love to hear the ones they are familiar with, too.
And your take on them.
Yeah. So you want to play us some blues? We'd love to hear you play. I mean, people out there going, stop talking and let him play some music. So
I can do that.
Okay, here we go.
Some of those things I say. Big city, went to my baby's at. Bright lights, big city, went to my baby's at. Still love you, baby, though you don't believe a word I said. Go on, little girl, honey, knock yourself out. Little girl, honey, knock yourself out. Still love you, baby, though you don't know what it's all about.
Okay. You know what you're doing. You are not just like your average player.
I've done it a little bit.
You're kind of like magnificent. You must have had mentors, people who inspired you. Who would you say?
People who inspired me. Okay, so the British invasion had Clapton and Beck and Jimmy Page and all those guys who were all blues inspired. But then when I backtracked and saw that it was in my backyard, B.B. King came along, Freddie King, Albert King, Little Walter, Muddy Waters, you name it.
You played with some.
Oh yeah, when I lived in
inspirations?
Chicago, I played with Buddy Guy's brother. His name was Phil Guy. He passed away 4 or 5 years ago. But I played with Phil Guy for a while, and on Monday nights I'd go down to Blues on Halsted and hang out with Willie Kent and the Gents and all those fellas, and John Primer and Sunnyland Slim and.
So you've been on the circuit.
Oh yeah, I played with Eddie Snow for 2.5 years. And he was one of the original Memphis guys that used to hang out in Sun Studios with Elvis and Carl Perkins and all of those cats.
Did you teach yourself, or did you have people teach you? Because you are really, I mean, amazing.
Well, I'm self-taught, but after about 5 years, I got in a rut, so I picked up a jazz teacher and worked with Robert Yellen for 2 years, and he showed me a bunch of jazz stuff. And then after that, I couldn't buy a job, so I went on the road in the top 40 band and played. That's all I did, you know. All night long playing dance music, but I worked 6 nights a week, 51 weeks a year.
That's incredible. I noticed you were a little out of breath. Like I was kind of over here dancing there. It's impossible not to, when you're playing those kind of songs, to feel, you know, energized by them. So they're amazing. Well, speaking of B.B. King, you know, his guitar had a name, Lucille, as I remember. So. Did you name your guitar?
No, I didn't do that. No,
okay, your guitar's not named. However, Harry O is not your real name either.
Well, no. Back in the early 70s, David Jansen, after doing The Fugitive, did a show called Harry O, which was a detective series. Lasted a couple of years. But I'd show up to rehearsals, and the guys go, "Harry O, what's up?" So it stuck.
I know, because we haven't even said your last name. I don't even know if you use your last name.
No. Too many ex-wives. You don't want them to find me.
They go, oh, I know a lot of those women. So now you have gigs coming up, because now you're here in Prescott. I don't know if you're going to stay for a while
I'm
or
staying
whatever.
for at least through September, because in September I'm heading down to Argentina and Brazil for about 8 weeks, a little tour down there, and then I might come back here.
You're kind of liking it here? Yeah.
I'm loving it here.
Well, we normally don't have.
I've traveled all over the country. This is about the bestest place I've ever been.
I think everybody's found us out. I think that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, having you here is amazing. You're so incredibly talented. So you are playing around at.
Yeah, I'll be March 2nd. I'll be at Sidekick Saloon. They're having a thing that they're calling No Country Fridays. They're starting to have different types of bands come through.
No Country Fridays.
No Country Friday at Sidekick Saloon. Hey, that's a great
that must
idea.
be blues. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to do some oldies and blues and old R&B and stuff. And then I've got 9th and 10th, I'll be at the Full Moon Saloon in Sedona. The 16th, 17th at the Grasshopper Grill in Cornville. The 30th, I'm going to be at the State Bar in Cottonwood.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you look kind of familiar. Did I see you on Wall Street or something at any time? You used to be a broker or something.
No. Actually, I just kept the records for back in the day when it was all printouts on the long sheet. I used to keep their records in order, because in high school I was a librarian, so I got hired to keep them. Yeah, and the first time I played a gig and they handed me a $50 bill and said, "You want to do this again tomorrow?" I gave them a 2 weeks notice. Bye. See ya.
Well,
you know, take home was only $68 a week back in those days.
Oh,
so I could make $100 in 2 nights. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I tell you, incredible. That was a good turn of fate, I would say. So, Harry O, how about you play us out with some more music?
Yeah. I'm gonna stick in Chicago, do another tune in those days. How about Little Roscoe Gordon?